Well, it is 3:24 p.m. I am Don Smith. Welcome to Reformed Theology in the little town of Maylene, Alabama. In my studies this afternoon, I'm preparing a message, the last message I'm going to do on YouTube for, I was doing this one on Facebook Live, but on the sticky objections to predestination, and it'll be the fifth message. But as I was doing my studies and I'm looking at a book from Calvin, he brought to me a stark ending to some of his wisdom, and I want to share it with you because we're living in turbulent times. We have more questions than we've got answers. Top is down, down is up. Everything is twisted. Everything is sin sick. Let me just turn this just a minute. But he made a reference in one of his notes, and let's see here. Derek Thomas and a guy by the name of Tweedale, excuse me, I apologize. It's in their book, and it was so profound. I want to share it with you, and then hang up and say goodbye just for the moment. But the theme of this couple of minutes I'm gonna have with you has to do with what do you do when you have questions without answers, and you're wanting to know something. How do you rest in that? So let me read this to you. But we must so cherish moderation that we do not try to make God render an account to us as if he owes us an answer, but so reverence his secret judgments as to consider his will the truly just cause of all things, good, bad, evil, indifferent, turbulence. But listen, but so reverence his secret judgments as to consider his will truly the just cause of all things. He's patiently waiting on the human race. He's already determined the human race's credible future. He's waiting. Lord, thy will be done. If that was prayer was good enough for Jesus, it ought to be good enough for us when we are without answers. There's nothing in the scriptures that will comfort that except that God's will is the just cause of all things. Whence dark clouds darken the sky and a violent tempest arises, because of a gloomy mist is cast over our eyes. In other words, our judgment's clouded and we don't know what to do. Thunder strikes our ears and all our senses are benumbed with fright. Everything seems to us to be confused and mixed up, and this is the world we're living in today. So I know this small paragraph should be meaningful to somebody. But all the while, a constant quiet and serenity ever remains in heaven. So we must, now here's the end of it right here. We must infer that while the disturbances of the world deprive us of judgment, God, out of his pure light, out of the pure light of his justice and wisdom, tempers and directs these very movements, everything that you see going on, in the best conceived order to a right end. His end. He is the Alpha and the Omega. In turbulent times, trust God with all your heart. Bury yourself in the scriptures and let God speak through the Holy Writ. And that's all I have for today. For those of you that have more questions than answers, whose judgment's clouded, who don't know what's going to happen next, who are frustrated, who are frightened, I would say that God, your will be done. I trust that already I trust it's a just cause, and that causes me to trust you. Well, that's all I have. I hope this helps. Usually I have a lot longer sessions than this, but this had quite an emphasis on it, and I didn't want it just to lay there. I wanted to give it to somebody. Thank you and good afternoon. Bye-bye.